Good evening. This is CTV News for Thursday, October 1st. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, the downpour continues. The National Weather Service issuing a flash flood watch for our region beginning Friday and continuing into Saturday evening. We are seeing heavy rain as a result of Hurricane Joaquin, which is making its way north from the Caribbean. Meantime, fire EMS officials are warning motorists not to drive through high water areas as they urge caution. Water rescue units are preparing for possible emergencies.
We have boats available in the north, central, and southern end of the county. This particular station has the Zodiac inflatable rescue craft, which is ideal for situations that we're anticipating are going to occur this weekend, which is flash flooding, people becoming stranded in intersections that all of a sudden cause of flash flooding. But because that rain seems to be centralized right here in central Prince George's County, it's very important to have that boat available. This particular station here at St. Joe's is our technical rescue station. All the firefighters here have been through swift water rescue training. They know what to do and, more importantly, what not to do.
Fire EMS has about 12 rescue boats across Prince George's.
As residents prepare for a possible hurricane, businesses in the state capital are gearing up for potential flood damage. Our Chris Marks is in downtown Annapolis with more.
Major. That could make or break. These 3 months are busy months, and it could make or break this 3 months. This quarter could be really impacted if it floods. It'd be terrible.
Typically, we will start with sandbags, and then when people will not park down in the inner harbor because it will flood, most people will start coming more uptown. We prepare for power outages by the city kind of takes care of clipping down trees.
Businesses that sit higher up on Main Street in Annapolis don't have to prepare for flooding like the businesses that sit in Annapolis Harbor next to Ego Alley. They will be preparing for massive flooding like the ones that occurred during Hurricane Isabel in 2003. How many feet of water did you have to endure during Isabel?
4 feet of water I had. These meters right out front here were under the water.
You said sandbags. How effective are sandbags in helping keep water out of your establishment?
Well, the sandbags, they don't, they help slow down the water from coming in. So the sandbags still absorb the water, but it slows it down from coming in.
Residents are also preparing for the flooding.
It's real scary. As you can see right behind us, the water's already pretty high. In this city in particular, the water will come up over the dock, and it's pretty hard to drive.
Area sporting events are also being affected.
For Maryland, it's supposed to be at 8 o'clock, but I think they rescheduled it to noon. So that kind of put a damper on our plans. We had a lot of tailgating planned. We were going to have a big tailgate, from 4 to 8, and now we got to do it at 8 in the morning.
We're hoping it doesn't hit. We're hoping it just blows by because we have a lot of busy weekends coming up. This weekend we have Navy Air Force game, and if this continues, they're going to cancel that game, I'm pretty sure.
Thank you, Chris. Well, 3 new laws take effect today that could have an impact on thousands of Marylanders. A free clinic was held today in Baltimore for the first 1,500 people who needed legal assistance to fill out necessary court paperwork. Patricia Vallone is at the site with the story.
We're here at the Maryland Expungement and Shielding Clinic in Baltimore, where hundreds of people are hoping to get their criminal records cleared. Now, organizers would not allow us to videotape inside where attorneys are meeting clients because of privacy reasons, but we spoke with many people involved in the process.
It's long in my past, and it's embarrassing to talk about it. And just the fear of not being able to get a job because of that, caused a lot of anxiety and stress during my job search.
Todd Eller is one of hundreds who turned out today to try and wipe their prior criminal record clean. Legislators who helped pass the new laws were on hand as well. They say more still needs to be done.
So far, we haven't got to the point where we can get rid of felonies, which is one of the key points. We can't get rid of anything regarding thefts, which has been a key point of persons who 20 years ago had a shoplifting. They can't get it off their record. Simple thing like that. So, yeah. This is a great start today, but obviously our work is not over.
This is a good start. We know that 2 years ago, over 90,000 people had null process, which is one part of an expungible offense, and last year over 70,000. So this affects numerous people in the state, and it's important for the legislative leadership to understand that these bars or barriers to employment have to be addressed.
Today, there are a number of new laws that take effect in Maryland that would allow individuals to shield certain nonviolent misdemeanor convictions, such as disorderly conduct, drug possession, driving-related offenses, would allow individuals to expunge non-convictions, such as null process instead, regardless of any subsequent convictions for separate unrelated charges, and also allow them to expunge convictions for crimes that are no longer a crime. So things such as marijuana possession under 10 grams, which has been decriminalized in 2014.
There isn't one person who I've spoken with who isn't somebody an employer wouldn't love to have. These are intelligent people with wonderful personalities and real drive to get out here in the rain and do all of this. These are the kind of people that you don't want to block from jobs. You want to make sure they get jobs.
I've seen people be very, very happy and relieved that some of these laws will apply to them and it'll open up doors for employment. I've also seen a lot of people very agitated and annoyed by the fact that none of these laws will apply to them. And we're downstairs practically organizing and trying to figure out, okay, how do we move forward and how do we expand these laws so that more people have more opportunities for employment.
Now, similar clinics are being planned for Prince George's and Montgomery counties. From Baltimore, I'm Patricia Vallone for CTV News.
And for more information on how to file for expungements or to shield a record, log on to courts.state.md.us/court-forms. And the deadline for Prince George's public school students to get the immunizations has come and gone, but quite a few have yet to get their shots. School district officials say 1,980 students have not been immunized, but the number is down by 1,000 from earlier in this week.
If a student is not in school, or if they are excluded from school is the term that we use, they are entitled to the work that is being conducted in their schools. And so they should, if parents have a student that's been excluded from school, they should contact their child's school and they can get the work that's going on in the classroom so that they don't fall behind.
But the first advice is to have them be immunized.
Absolutely. That urgent message has not changed. If your child does not have those immunizations, please take every step that you can to see your healthcare provider or go to the Prince George's Health Department so that you can get those immunizations.
And the immunizations are for pre-K kindergartners and incoming 7th graders.
2 men are dead after a shooting last night in Capitol Heights. 37-year-old Ernest Lott and 43-year-old Garland Johnson, both of Northeast D.C., were pronounced dead at the scene. The incident happened around 7:45. Police were called to the 6800 block of Central Avenue and found the victims outside an apartment building suffering from gunshot wounds. Detectives do not believe this was random. Call police if you have any information on this case. A reward of up to $25,000 is being offered for tips that lead to an arrest. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Byron Scott. Coming up